Hello everyone and welcome back to Formula Scrub. We're here in Miami for the main event. We've just had Q2. Quinn Houff has been eliminated. Today I am joined once again by COD Class, and for the first time I'm joined by James Dill, driver of the Haas. And we're going to get this race started any second now.
And I'm in the Q3. Let's go. And we qualify last of the ones in Q3. Okay.
Hey, at least you made it. Geodude TV is going to start first. Finish second in the sprint. Aaron Smith's going to start second. The sprint winner, James Stanford, third. Jamie Wright in fourth. Aaron Fitch, Brent Miller, Lee Collins, Dante Shadowfax, Chad Cairns, and James Dill rounding out the top 10. You see the two Ferraris here, just barely missing. Quinn Houff 14th, and here's the rest of the field. John Wolf might be the washed one. Let's get into the race.
We're almost ready to go here in Florida as we look forward to 57 laps of F1 racing.
The Miami Grand Prix arrived onto the calendar in 2022 with much fanfare, and F1 history is still very much being written here. Drivers have to take chances around the street circuit and hope those chances turn into victory.
Yeah, street circuit, it's a parking lot, but okay.
Well, this isn't the Caesar Palace Grand Prix circuit, so it's not a parking lot. That was a parking lot.
Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
All right, let's go. Good strategy, guys. I'm sure you'll do great.
Okay, here's my thing. You can simulate the races in this game. What's the point of that?
Yeah. I mean, it just gets through the season faster if you're trying to do something different.
Oh, I thought I had my number 86. What was my number again? So I wasn't 86.
So the numbers that we picked aren't what are in the game. The game gives you a random one, and I can't change them.
Oh, okay.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
We already got a mechanical fault.
There must have been some contact or something.
That is so Alpine.
Alright, so
The Mercedes going for the lead and he gets it.
Looking strong early here in the first lap as they continue to battle side by side.
Is it right back?
Looks like the Aston's going to get it for now. It's Jamie Wright's.
I was about to say, it looks like... I was going to say, it almost looks like it's going to be a sprint race where they just kind of battle behind and let the Aston get away.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen for our sake. But for my sake, hopefully it does. James Stanford takes that third spot from Jamie Wright. Still side by side. Looks like Jamie's going to keep it. Come around to complete the first lap. DRS is now open enabled. This is where the real racing
See if
starts.
Mercedes. Let's see if the Mercedes can keep up with them. Fast and up at the front.
Yeah, half a second back. He's going to have that DRS soon. As long as he can keep up with them, they're going to have a chance. They just can't let him fly a mile away like they did in the sprint race.
Yeah, still got the DRS. Have the DRS down this long back straightaway. The prime overtaking opportunity is down at the end of the straight.
Interesting. We see the Aston Martin started on the mediums. Most of the field took the softs.
The good thing is
And
we
Wolf
have
back
past
on the
cars on
mediums
pit
as
road.
well.
Meanwhile, we have a pass attempt for the lead. Gonna take the spot.
For now.
So we have a new
big
leader.
long DRS zone right here.
Ooh, Gio with the move to the inside. And a little bit of contact there, it looked like.
Mercedes with the drive off.
Looks like he's going to have another shot at it here. Going to try the outside. Not going to work. Not enough room. And he's losing time right now. I think most of the season so far it's been between these two teams. The last couple races have been between Stanford and Smith. Gio has fallen over that second range.
But I think that's more or less the time disadvantage that Gio has towards Smith.
Yeah, I think in the short run they're gonna lose out a little bit, but over time I think it'll even out.
McLaren in the second.
As long as they can stay up there, I think it'll all work out just fine for them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And based off the pace they had in the sprint where they were 1-2, I don't think it was that bad of a decision to go mediums for their race to start off.
Yes, everybody on mediums is the smartest person in the world. And John.
Except.
Unfortunately, he's in last place, getting passed by Corey LaJoy.
You like the new Aaron Finch for being watched.
Slap 2. Jamie Wright. I had to get the name down.
Yeah, Jamie Wright, fastest lap. Is catching a little bit on the leader, but we'll see what he can do without the DRS now. He's just out of range. Back at 9th and 10th here.
About going on back here.
The Haas doing good work, keeping it in the top 10 as we have a pass for 7th. We are 2 by 2. Lee Collins really needs a good race here.
I mean, we've looked both Alpine take a good race after Mexico, so.
Yeah, after the miserable time in Mexico, they just really need anything to go well.
What I will say is Chad qualifying top 10, quite surprising, but it's very conveniently timed. We did tell him if he finished bottom 4 in points, we'd be looking at replacing him, so.
Could we see a mid-season replacement? We'll have to find out. Chad Cairns in 9th right now, looking pretty good, right behind his teammate.
Well, when Hal keeps swapping that spot back there.
Yeah, that sounds like they've been side by side
Finally,
for a
control.
couple laps.
She needs to clear him if she wants to use the medium tires to his best advantage.
It's like, oh, Half gets off the
she
track
gets her
a
there
little
as
bit.
Half goes off. He's got him.
Take one more look at that.
Let's see what happened. Let's have a look then at turn 6. Can they squeeze by?
Yeah, Half has the position here, and he just loses it a little bit and then gets off course to the inside there and
Haas completes the move.
loses all the momentum.
Yep.
Does clearly a car issue, not a talent issue, so.
Oh, looks like Jamie Wright just lost second back to Gio. He's Brent Miller, who is not last, alongside Aaron Fitch, who is not washed. Aaron Fitch is going to take that 5th spot.
And we saw that, and Half already overtook the
Half
spot.
has taken back the spot.
It's certainly inviting.
Around the outside, too. That's impressive.
And the Sauber
All that
moves
positive
on.
momentum Hollow had from the third in the sprint yesterday looks like they're already vanishing. After having to back off on.
It is a long race. 52 more laps to go. I'm sure.
Yes, and she is on the mediums, so that can help.
I'm sure
Sure.
they're playing some long strategy here. So we'll keep an eye on that as it goes. Brent Miller just can't seem to get past this Visa Cash App Racing Bull ahead of him.
While Smith has just left right in the dust, the front. The 3 seconds gap there.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing them fighting for second and letting the leader just fly away.
It's a good thing the Grand Prix is way longer than the sprint race, so it may be all right in the end.
Maybe. And we will see actual pit stops now, so
Yeah, pit strategy. Oh. Meanwhile, Hollow got passed by Callaway.
Callaway
Who
passed
immediately
both
cleared House as well.
Alf and Hato, who are still side by side. They are 3 wide. Whoa. What a move, Oscar Maia.
That is a brave move.
Still on the outside there.
He's gonna get Half.
Gonna get 1, not 2. Well, no, just barely misses the second.
But still nearly worked out. Great attempt.
So we see teammates fighting for 3rd. Looks like Stanford is the faster car. He wants to go now. And he's going to try to take second while he's at it.
Yesterday's sprint winner trying to get this weekend sweep.
Yeah, only one person's been able to sweep the sprint and the race. That's Lee Collins in our first race, as Jamie Wright gets off track just a little bit and loses that second spot. And Jamie Wright's going to get a run here. He's going to get blocked. And, ooh, Gio to the inside.
Pass wide.
Looks like they're doing pretty well on those mediums to keep fighting, holding them off.
Sucks for the claw the gap to the leader back just a little bit. You could tell across the field the mediums are now starting to be the stronger tire.
Yeah,
Hard's pulling away and further back as well.
the softs are starting to fade just a little bit.
Hopefully they won't be like sand punctures this week.
Yeah.
And looks like teammates are going to play nice. They're going to just chase down the leader now. Looks like we have a pretty big gap here from 8th to 9th. That issue must be not helping Collins keep up.
That's
And
substantial. Probably.
we have Hugh Kyleson, everybody's favorite driver, according to Hugh Kyleson, going around into that 10th spot around the outside of the Haas. He's going to take it.
Wow, right behind them.
Right behind,
Tritt.
we've got
Trying
Tritt
to hang on to his
and
spot, and he
Blue.
will.
Ferraris they tend to have a better long run pace from what we've seen this season. So as long as they're not fighting each other, they should be fine.
If the team can nail the pit stops, they could be in for a good race today.
Tries to dive, but it's
Notice the lead
just
at
a
the
little
front
bit too far.
is under 3 seconds now.
Yeah,
You
and
can definitely tell the mediums are way
well,
better now, but they're gonna fight each other as I say
they're
that.
gonna fight each other and lose 2/10.
Gio's gonna hang on to the spot now.
Maybe they're just doing a slingshot. Taking turns who gets
Maybe.
DRS, so they don't have to slow down. Yeah, that was pretty efficient there. Gained a little bit of time while making that pass. They seem to have pretty good chemistry together.
I mean, they're bringing a bag of cars with them, though.
Yeah, they're bringing the whole field. It's getting down to 2.6 now.
At least the top 8 is coming with him. The Alpine. Is that mechanical fault?
Yeah, everybody within 1 second of the car in front, all the way down from 2nd to 8th, and then that 2.6 second gap. Yeah, it looks like they're not really. Well, they are now. They weren't really trying to fight it at first. They're losing a little bit more time there. Every time they take a step forward, they take another one back.
Yeah. At least the steps forwards are bigger than the steps backwards, so so eventually they'll catch up.
Yeah, they're gaining
If
a
not,
little bit more
for pit
now.
stops. The tire bench there. Alf's really worn out his mediums. But I guess we have to drive that car to its potential, which isn't a lot, but
Yeah, he doesn't know how to save. So and nobody at the team knows how to save. So
Ooh, nearly contact between two Astons.
we got bumper cars going on here in second. Maybe they're fighting because they know whoever comes out in front is going to be the winner of this race. If it goes how the sprint goes. But if they keep
Maybe.
fighting, they're going to lose. in the
Jamie Wright.
spots. Jamie Wright gets to the inside of James. Stanford doesn't quite make it
Oh, right
work,
there in
but
attacking range. The one.
he is still there.
It looks like they're still catching Smith up front.
Yeah, the gap is down to 2.2 now.
I think it's gonna help right here that they aren't side by side for here. The two Astons. See that? You can see that already. Down to 2.0.
Yeah, they're gaining pretty quick now. As we look down back in the field, looks like James Dill is back up into 10th as Hugh Kyleson falls down to 12th. He's holding off those crazy, crazy people at Ferrari.
What engine manufacturers Team Oscar Maya, by the way? I don't think I know that.
I think they are Renault. I don't remember.
Oh, you can
Actually,
see him in the same shot as the leader, though.
I believe they are Mercedes. The Oscar Mayer cars. Yeah, this gap is cut down a ton now. They're almost into DRS range.
This lap, then the next, he'll be is right there in the US range, easily distance of Stanford. So
Ooh, in Stanford with the fastest lap as he's getting attacked by his teammate. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna back off. Lost a
losing a little
10th,
bit of time for the
but
attempt. While Trick gets by Hill, time being. Great battle for the looks like we'll have a great battle for the win and for the other point swing positions as well.
yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a gap now from 5th to 6th. As Cairns is
Yeah.
not really doing all that great.
I didn't believe the pace was dropped off for him.
He might be having a similar issue that they haven't diagnosed as his teammate.
It's starting to feel like we fought Haas cars.
Gets back by.
Haas had the position for a second there, but Randall Tritt, he can drive these things. He almost won that race in, I think it was Mexico.
Kyleson finished second in Mexico. I remember that.
Yeah, Kyleson ended up finishing second, but Tritt had a huge lead and the puncture ruined his day.
Ah.
Oh, what could have been the story?
Yeah. DRS range now though for the two Astons.
Yeah, they are right there. They're going to have that position in a lap or two at this rate. Maybe even this lap. Because they are gaining a ton right now. Don't even need DRS.
Right there.
They're just going to pass him straight up.
Something wrong with the leader?
I think his tires are just wearing out now. Oh, the Aston Martins are side by side.
Sprint one there.
Doesn't quite make it work for the lead, but he is still side by side for second. They built up a little bit of a gap to fourth. Oh, we have a caution.
Red
Oh,
flag and it's
Trit.
Randall Tritt.
We've got a yellow flag here.
What did he do? How
Here
did he
we are then,
crash?
looking at turn 12. Oh, and a fairly
Oh, he
substantial
just
crash there. But no
Oh.
matter the severity of the
Really
just
crash,
gets on that
out the inside
gets on
wall.
that
to see the
curb and then
driver emerge
just
unharmed.
send it into the wall as we have a pass for the lead here. Gio is going to take it, and Stanford in
Stanford's gonna maybe,
second.
yes, he will follow through.
I mean, this
Oh,
has
that's
just been
absolutely shook up the battle for the 10th spot.
it's just been a perfect
Oh,
weekend
and
so
more
far for
problems.
this team.
The Alpine.
What a block there by Gio to keep his teammate behind.
Collins.
Collins,
And as far
as
as we
that
can
problem is
tell,
just getting
they've got a
worse.
fault with the car.
Just so I got my broadcast partners confused. Mr. Dill, did you happen to not give us hot cars, correct?
I will not confirm nor deny.
Looks like Blue and Callaway are in the pits. First ones to
Besides, it's only one car
start this cycle.
with an issue right now.
First set of pit stops of. I'm surprised Tritt didn't come in to fix any of that potential damage he had.
I mean, I didn't think the wing was that damaged. I think a good look and see if the end plate was still on. But
Let's see.
well, it's still intact for the most part there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
the end
like
plate's gone though.
yeah, the right side. That's not going to help him keep
About
up, and he's just going to keep dropping and losing time. And all these people
and the
behind
whole
him are
these guys
just
behind them.
they want to get by him as fast as they can. As we
And
have
I
a
think especially hot
side by side for
on
the lead
mediums.
again. These two having a great week. As we see some of the top 10 guys
For the
start pitting.
lead. Makes it work.
Jamie Wright is going to lead that charge off of pit lane. I believe he's on the hard tire now.
Yes, on the hards for the McLaren. Is that right in front of his teammate?
Right in front of his Morgan Shepherd, the legend. And that gap to the lead now. It's grown back.
Meanwhile, Gio.
Smith is having a pretty good run. He's been one of the only ones outside of these Aston Martins to lead much at all this weekend.
Yeah.
Should be seeing him come to pit soon, though.
We'll see the medium runners go pretty long on their tires. And they've still got plenty of life left on theirs.
Ooh, Aaron Fitch in the pit from fourth. Fifth and sixth to follow. And seventh. Very quick stop by them.
That leaves all the medium runners and just a couple of the soft runners.
Aaron Fitch onto
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hards. Comes out just ahead of Jamie Wright. He somehow passes him despite Jamie going for the undercut there.
Yeah, it's just great work from both Fitch and the RB pit crew.
But he's not going to hold him off. No, looks like he's going to make it work. As Morgan Shepherd is a pain.
He must have took that punch tight off the hard.
Okay. Jamie does get by the V-carb there, but let's see if they can get past any of these guys up front. Here we go. Aaron Smith is going to come into pit now. And he
Ooh,
should be
what
going out
happened
of the...
there? You see Hados, a big tire drop off there with the other main runners. It's just the Astons are just really good at saving their tires, and that's to the drivers.
Yeah, it helps staying out in clean air up front.
Yep. As for Hado and Wolf, where they started in the back, so they were stuck in dirty air all race.
Interesting. Smith goes from softs to soft. Looks like he's just trying to
So
build
he'll
as
have
much
to
of a
make another
lead.
spot, no matter what.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to make at least one more stop, everybody anyways.
Yeah. And I think that this may be the right strategy call from the soft tires.
I don't know. That's a long way to go on mediums towards the end.
Yeah, they're not going for the end. They're going for another stop.
I'm saying is they can put mediums on and try to last for a long time with softs probably behind them. You better hope he put up a very nice lead and no cautions.
Yeah, if he can build a gap when he's got the tire life now. Depending on how things go, he should come out as the leader. He's going to gain a ton of time while these two are still out, saving their tires. Just, I guess, trying to eliminate a pit stop by going as long as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to overcut, so.
Morgan Shepherd dropping a couple spots there. He's coming to pit lane now.
Sorry about that.
Brent Miller, fastest on the track that time by. Looks like John Wolf is, I believe, is catching the Haas here.
But he's also got to deal with the McLaren behind them. RB.
Yeah, you're not going to hold that guy off for long. But he's going to try to make the pass and fail miserably. Jamie Wright's going to get to his inside. And he's going to get by. See if Aaron Fitch can follow. John goes a little bit wide there. But he's going to hold that spot for now. Meanwhile, up front, 2.3 seconds. Not much changing here. But Aaron Smith is going to be in the lead once they pit. As he gets the fastest lap as we swap over to him. Let's ride on board for a little bit.
Well, up with the medium Hunter's Pit, Hado and Wolf.
Looks like they were one of the first to come into pit from the mediums. I can't think it would be too long before we see the leaders come into pit. As these softs are gaining a ton of time right now. Already 2 seconds gained this lap.
Yeah. Whoever takes back here.
Jojo Blue. One of the few dog drivers. It's actually 2 dogs. Jojo
Bunch
and
of
Blue.
males, 2 dogs, and an anime girl.
As the leader has come to pit. Interesting. Going from medium to hard here. I'm not sure if they can make it to the end. That's a long way. But there's definitely only one more stop for them at least.
Yeah.
And they're going to be a couple seconds back of Smith. Hey, you know what?
Tires of the Hado and Wolf spawn too.
Quinn doing a pretty good job at holding them off here as he sends the happy dog wide. Good job. That's exactly how we trained you to do it. No penalties. Yeah, but he does need to pit soon.
One house
Very soon.
explanation is that he is Max Verstappen, so he won't get a penalty. In fact, no penalties for Happy Dog.
Yeah, the happy dog should have learned how to drive.
Yep.
But happy dog is going to make this pass and soon. Quinn needs to pit. The team hasn't called
Happy
him
Dog
in
can get
yet.
past.
Quinn is about to lose a ton of spots. Nope, just the one for now. Brent Miller with a huge gain right here on Cairns as he makes the pass on Jojo Blue.
Interesting. Well, I guess not really that interesting considering Smith's on sauce and Stanford's on hards, but that gap is increasing between those two.
Yeah. I think Smith is going to have to finish on the hards to make it to the end. Maybe the mediums if he can stretch it as far as the Aston Martins did.
Maybe.
But it's going to be
Or if he could
close for them.
or if he could just stretch the softs out to that spot. Get the mediums on.
I mean, I why not get the winning strategy? He's got
The
block.
only one on softs in the second stint. Interesting call. I wonder what they see that
Miller
takes that 7th spot from Cairns.
spot. Nelson loses it. So right back.
I might be misremembering, but I believe Shadowfax got their first points in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shadowfax got their first points for him personally in the sprint race, so already the best weekend for him so far. Geodude coming out of the pits on the soft tire.
Yeah, Jamie, right.
Interesting as we see a ton of different strategies playing out here. Jamie's got to run to the inside here. Just don't think those tires are
Easy
warmed
move.
up enough for Geo to be able to do anything with them yet. Jojo Blue's going to take his run to the inside of Aaron Fitch here. He's going to get by him. Brent Miller tries to follow through, but wasn't close enough there. Interesting, that battle we highlighted earlier between Wolf and Hato. Not going great. They are fighting 19th and 20th. With Trit, who did
What's going
have
on
that
inside Trit? Ooh,
did have that accident earlier.
yeah. Doing the
They continue to have their fight with us to see who's the worst team on
I'm
luck.
off.
On luck. Now he's got the fastest lap, but he is still a long ways back from his teammate right now. So he's going to
Trit.
lose that spot and go a little bit off track. Keeps the speed up though. Should be fine. As we go up to see his teammate in 7th. Just right in the middle of it. There's always that one battle from like 5th to 10th. So he's going to try to make a move as Aaron Fitch tries to make a move. None of the moves work. We stay where we are. Fastest lap up there by Geo in 3rd. So we see another attempt at this move. Still not working. And he's finally going to get that spot. Aaron Fitch up into 5th place.
Brent Miller might be the best blocker in the series.
And JoJo's trying to get back underneath him.
Else, getting a lot more cars getting into it. James Dill's getting into it. You can see he's on the back of this train now.
Yeah, this battle, if it keeps going the way it is, they're gonna just back up to the field. Oh, we have contact. Aaron Fitch and JoJo Blue got together there. We're gonna have to see a replay of that.
There's a yellow flag now.
He just clips him there, and he spins, and it's gonna set everybody back there back a little bit.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
They're definitely gonna have to replace that front wing at least.
Interestingly, the wing doesn't look too badly damaged. compared to what Tritz was earlier.
Yeah, but they're slow because of that half spin.
Yeah. As I said, I was bringing carts into it that basically dropped James out of it. Just pal.
Yeah, we're gonna have an investigation there.
Ooh,
No penalties,
not
just a racing deal. A
a fair
little.
assumption there.
Yeah, it was close, but I think it was just two cars going for one spot. Neither one were gonna
I thought
back out of it.
second.
So we ride inside of James Dill's head here. I wonder what he's thinking as he sees this fight ahead of him. As they're still beating and banging. This is not a NASCAR
Sure,
race,
he's looking
guys.
as a great chance. We're in the USA, so
I'd like to see a NASCAR stock car try to get around this track. It'd be chaos.
we need to run the Chicago Street Course.
Just a one-stock car probably could do it.
I'd like to
feel-
see Formula One at the Chicago Street Course. That would be interesting. See how those cars do there.
There's just be some big crashes, especially with how many bumps there are.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
But they've got a couple of
I
great
was thinking
passing
about IndyCar.
zones.
James just kind of sitting there biding his time.
Yeah, about to get by this slightly damaged Aaron Fitch ahead of him. As we look up at the front here, it looks like Stanford hasn't really gained much on Smith at all, but Gio has gained 4 seconds since he came off the pits. He might be taking control of that battle there soon. All this battling finally brought Hugh Kyleson from 10th into the fight. Brent Miller still holding him off for now, but is he going to be able to keep him back there? No, he's not. Hands around the outside here. Still side by side. He's going to get the DRS. He lagged behind just enough. And he's going to get back in front. That's behind them. Aaron Fitch still holding off Dill. For 8th as Kyleson is now within striking distance. And we have a change for second as Lee Collins runs wide.
Now here we're
Let's see
taking
what
turn 6.
that's all about.
Oh, why'd they go?
Just
Well,
a
hopefully
little
we've
bit
got a
off
sign of
track.
things to come.
Not going to hurt much. That mechanical issues still showing though. As we did have a pass for second during all that battle.
We'll come up the truck and see if Fox gets the replay.
Nah. We're good. We don't need to see it. It's just a pass for a podium position.
And potential win.
Maybe. Gio is. They're both kind of catching the leader now that they've started fighting, which is crazy to think. Oh, but yeah, Smith is on the much older soft tire. James still finally gets around Aaron Fitch, but he is now a second and a half back. Corey LaJoy wants to pit. What should we send him out on? Wets? No.
I'd say enters, but like.
Hitters? Yeah. His strategy says medium.
With the mediums. Just let fill his strategy. It's not like he's doing anything anyway.
He could probably stay out another lap, but that's fine. We'll just keep going on medium. We don't pay these middle school dropouts for nothing. They know what they're talking about. That's why we are 21st and 22nd.
Hayden?
Is that legal with their high school dropouts if they're underage?
They're not underage. They just didn't graduate middle
Oh.
school.
Awesome.
Hugh Kylson decides to do something once.
At least attempt to.
Brent Miller gonna try to make another move here. A little bit of contact, but he's not gonna get past. Fitch is still holding off Kylson in 10th. Not much competition back to the Happy Dog, as he's gonna be under attack from the Williams duo here. One's gonna get by, he's gonna stop it there. Shadowfax is gonna stay in 13th. And I think it is safe to assume that our top three is set here. There's a 12-second gap back to Jamie right now in 4th.
Speaking of the top three, for second. Gio was in the spot, now he's third.
Gio drops back down to 3rd. I don't know what it is, but as soon as they start fighting, they start gaining, so...
Whatever they're doing is working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's coming to contention because the two cars behind it are catching.
Yep.
And they're just going to keep trading. Aaron Smith decides he's going to pit early this time. Pretty big undercut here on lap 29.
Now, is it medium or is it hard?
It's going on to the hards.
It's hards.
That might be going to the end of the race.
I'm sure Gio, he's on sauce. He's going to pit again.
Yeah,
Now
he's
the question
definitely
will be,
going to
will Stanford pit again on the hards?
pit. Maybe. They can really save though, so like...
Yeah, and maybe, and I think Jamie Wright pits again. I think he does. I think Stanford can make it, probably.
Maybe. It's gonna be a stretch. 27 laps. As we go into Formula Scrub double time here. As we see the fight for the lead play out. Let's watch these two trade the spot. And they trade it back. it again. Nope, not that time.
Are they? Nope. You just gotta think. Eventually, here Stanford's gonna be a faster car if he's not already on the hards.
Yeah, but if he keeps fighting, he could just settle for this spot for now and pass him once he's got the tires worn out. But if he fights, he's gonna
Yeah,
lose some of
or
that tire life.
seven tenths down for just DRS zone.
Let's go. Double time on board.
Let's go enough to make a move on the back end of that straightaway, but on turn one he is.
I'm gonna trade it back.
Well,
They
put it
are
back.
losing quite a bit of time to Jamie in third doing this, so
Further
maybe
back, Brett
it's
Miller down the ninth. Passed by both Dill and Carlson.
interesting. So we see Dill is closing in on the two ahead. Still, Cairns holds them off. Smith is closing on Jamie now. He's going to get this pass done.
Maybe a little
So we
contact.
see another trade for the lead. Well, it looks like everybody's pitting.
Austin Miller pit.
All right. Fastest pit stop in the world. Go. That was terrible.
Had to wait.
They lost the spot to Miller. As they trade the lead again. That gap is now 14 seconds. And they do have DRS.
They're going to take another spot.
Trade it back. Still gaining. Trade it back. Losing time that time. We see more pit stops playing out. If this flip-flop strategy that they've been working out with this race works, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
It feels like this race is just playing into Smith's hands the way they've been racing each other.
Auto gets by Maya for 10th.
Auto into the top 10 for now. Of course, that is due to a couple of people pitting, but
The tire advantage.
we see them swap again. Oh, fastest lap for the leader that time. Ooh, caution. 4. In sector 3, Tritt again.
Another issue.
Not a great
That's it.
time for him.
Not a mistake they'll
No
want.
contact, but just gonna lose a ton of time.
It's on the wall.
Goes from winning at Mexico to a downfall, he said.
Now it looks like the gap's going to grow, and this is where the hard is coming to play better than the softs up at the front.
Yeah, as soon as that fastest lap happened, gone. I think Gio might need to pit in a lap or two. The softs are done. Well, looks like Cairns has finally pulled away enough to get out of that fight that he was stuck in. But they are still continuing it, even though everybody else is pitted. Blue and
I'll
Dill.
be honest.
Yep.
Shaq Klein won the battle for Fizz. And the weekend we said we were going to look at replacing, we just finished top. Doesn't finish higher than bottom 4 in points. Runs top 5.
Yeah. He's threatened to be replaced, but he is proving why he's on this team now. And who knows, if his teammate wasn't dealing with so many issues, he could be up there too.
I think earlier
Let's see.
I was thinking about seeing if we could get both drivers swapped out of Haas. Although on my end, it was not a driver issue.
Interesting. Hard, too hard. Blue is going to get by. No, Blue just had the other stall. The stall ahead. Okay. So now we see the gap is pretty spread out throughout the field, down to about 8th.
Most of the next pit stops. But you can also see Otto's left Wolf in the dust on the hard here.
So there we go. We have Geo coming to pit road now. Not going to come out ahead of Smith for sure. In fact, might even fall below right. Yeah, it's going to be close.
Here.
It's going to be pretty close. No, right's got it. Not quite going to lose the spot to Dill, though. Just too far back.
Nowhere close to losing that spot.
Yeah, still 6.5 second gap as it comes off. Onto the hards. He's going to finish on this tire. See if it might not be enough. 8-second gap to the leader. Not enough tire difference to make, well, the leader on this stint, Aaron Smith. It's 14.5 back of Stanford. Yeah, 60% on the tires. If he can stretch it all the way to the end, that one-stop strategy might be a winner.
Maybe. We'll see. Otto has got past Shadowfax.
And just pulls away a little bit there. Jamie Wright comes in the pit this time by.
Bill does not join them in the pits.
Let's see if nope, Otto and Shadowfax stay out.
Otto's going long on this
yeah,
pit.
they were going longer on this one. Don't know if they have enough to make it to the end. It would definitely be really close. We see a fastest lap by Oscar Mayan, 18.
Otto goes on. Otto goes stretches it long enough. Think she could take the sauce to the end?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you could probably take the softs now and make it all the way. Yeah, maybe not now, but in a lap or two.
Yeah, and I think that's where Otto failing to get out the one's actually going to really help her. In the,
If I was pitting right now, I would put on the softs or medium, for sure. As Lee Collins puts on the hards all the way in last. 1 minute and 19 seconds back of the lead. Not a good day for this driver.
Yeah. It's just been off right from the get-go.
It softens the blow when chattering top 5. So
Yeah, but to have any sway in this championship fight, you're going to want to have both cars up there. Aston Martin and Haas right now. And Mercedes, only 3 teams with 2 in the top 10 as they run. This Bush goes by right coming off a pit road. Did take the mediums, so he's going to finish on the mediums here.
And Jamie Wright can get back up there. This could be a good day for McLaren with both Austria and Alpine struggling. Leapfrog both of them in the standings.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight battle up towards the top in the constructors right now.
Right around that midfield too, 4 through 6, separated by 5 points.
And then you go all the way down to the bottom. We got Williams and Haas and Sauber. Still haven't scored any points.
Yeah,
Don't know if they will. John
think
Wolf trying to make this pass.
Is the race distance. Trying to halt Jamie Wright's progress any way he can. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think they hate each other. I don't know. John Wolf and Jamie Wright have this bitter rivalry. But they don't run anywhere close to each other, so we never see it play out.
Oh, up until right there just now.
Until
It ended
now, yeah.
quickly.
Jamie Wright
Right
proves that
after
he
a
is
correct
definitely
in
the
the spin,
best.
he's in a bit rough day.
Rough day. He's going one of the mediums. Yeah, I think going all out on the mediums from here would be the best call. Still too early for the soft to go full speed all the way to the end. Yeah.
Now all there's left Shadowfax and Dust back there for 6. So I'll probably come out about, see if I'm looking, maybe.
I missed it, but Hugh Kyleson,
17th.
fastest lap.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how, with all the weight in that car, but they built it fast. He's got extra downforce, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Gets by JoJo Blue here. 14th.
Theo gaining on Smith. Oh, contact.
Oh, Hugh Kyleson not happy about that. He tells him, you do not want to make that man angry. You do not know what he's going to do next.
Yeah.
does he even know?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he
I would be
even
surprised
knows.
if it doesn't matter.
The only person who is probably more crazy than him is Randall Tritt.
Honestly,
has
it's
just-
all it is. Randall Tritt. The person Tritt can blame today is himself, as dive bomb from half.
Yeah, just a
Hanging in side by side.
couple small mistakes.
Very costly small
Oh,
ones.
the leader coming to pit. Interesting.
Yeah, he
Now,
was
is it
leading
softs
time.
or is it mediums?
Gotta be the soft. Yeah, the soft is going on.
Yep. Now you
15
got
laps.
Pato and comes in. And you got to think Fitch and Hotto come in here. And Dill, too. They all have a pit.
If he stays out in front of his teammate here, it looks like he will not. He's going to come out right behind him. It's going to be rough. 6 seconds back, though.
these three of them left them in the dust.
He's going to need to use these tires now.
Gio was catching Smith though, so
Yeah, 5 seconds
It
is the
still
gap
is.
from first and second. And then the gap back to fourth is 20 seconds. Yeah, I guess they didn't like what they were seeing. 15 laps to go, and they were losing a little bit of ground. So Morgan
lost like a
Shepherd
second and a half
does
of
the
laps.
impossible and overtakes Corey LaJoy. And then gets immediately passed back.
Gossam may end up grabbing a snack in a point or two. Dill, Fitch, and Hotto still all have to pit right there, and they're surely drop behind him. Speaking of those three, Hotto and Fitch battling. Hotto's got fifth. Looks like Austin's great weekend continues.
Yeah, only 4 seconds
Right
back
behind
of
Jamie
their
Wright.
teammate now. 4 seconds back of the teammate and gaining pretty quickly. So we see Jamie Wright trying to make the move on Aaron. He's going to breeze on by.
Interesting choice there to not box Dill, Haas.
Yeah, they are actually gaining right now, somehow. They were 20 seconds back, now they're 17 back to the podium spot. But it's going to drop now that Stanford's got those softs heated up.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to work on chasing down the leaders. First up is his teammate, who he's battled all race along with.
How insane a safety car would be right now. A bunch of people still yet to make stop.
Oh, that would probably help the Haas drivers a ton. I feel like they're
probably
about to
Fitch,
drop.
too.
They're about to lose a ton of spots here as their tires are finally wearing down. 26% on Dill. He's got the lowest in the field. So we see the fastest lap goes back to Stanford. Yeah, that lead is not safe. 3.4.
I think Stanford's going to sweep the races this weekend. And Dill finally pits. Surely with soft tires.
It's got to be softs. If it's not softs, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
All the way up to the front of the field. Second stall.
It's mediums.
On the mediums. Interesting choice.
Wow. Let's see. I mean, maybe they didn't have a set of softs to go on. Well,
Maybe they used them up.
yeah, because they'll make you free and then started on softs. Whereas Stanford
Yeah.
started on mediums.
Yeah, they must have had well, Stanford only had the one soft set, yeah, so Dill would have used that one set early.
we'll get the truck
Yeah.
look into it and see if they can't get back to us on that.
You know, Hano here, she'll be on the sauce. That's for sure.
Ooh.
Just Fitch out wide. Which turns that into a great entry for the next corner.
Oh, wow. This battle for the lead is about to be a 3-car battle. But we are watching Hotto and Fitch
Ooh.
fight it out on ancient tires.
Still not
Like-
pitting for either of them.
Not sure why they're still out there. Kyle Busch comes
The
into
Bush
pit.
pits?
Yeah, that staying out that long did not work out for Dill. Oh, we have a pass for the lead. Aaron Smith just has nothing for these guys. And looks like
Yeah, I didn't like the long tire stop. So
Stanford's already worn down the tires enough to not be able to keep up with Gio.
They just get caught behind Smith.
He's got to get by him if he wants to have a chance at this win. And he's going to get to the inside here. A little bit of
he should
contact,
win.
but that's apparently normal here. Smith's got the momentum. He's still there on the inside, now to the outside, but not gonna keep it there. Let's see if we can have a run. Tritt overtakes LaJoy. Good for him.
It should get passed by Cairns. Announced.
And Lee Collins no longer in last. Good for him.
FX pits.
Shadowfax pits, but Hotto and Fitch both still staying out. I wonder if they are trying to make it to the end. It would be a stretch.
I doubt they make it, but I think Otto can make it out. That's gonna be a great points haul. They should try. She's not gonna stay in fifth. Still.
Yeah, and our teammate who was just ahead, 4 seconds ahead, fell all the way down to 16th after his stop. So, yeah, pitting now is probably done. As we get to 10 laps to go, we've got a 2-second gap from first to second, 1.6 back to third from there, and then the rest of the field 21 plus. As it's really only been a 3-car battle all race long. Nobody else has even touched the lead.
Just dropping spots back there now.
Yeah, Fitch all the way down to 10th. Stays out again.
Still staying out. I feel like Hotto makes sense for staying out and going long. I think she could make it work, but like Fitch has got 4 or less percent. And if it's like a maybe on Hotto, it's like he ain't making it now. He's outside the points. On both pits.
Wolf pits. He was one of the last 3 on those old tires. Fitch is dropping more spots.
I mean, you could cause a caution and spice
Could-
it up a little bit.
Could cause a caution and spice it up. Or don't. Maybe don't do that. No safety cars.
Alfred getting closer again.
This battle for the lead between these two teammates is within 2 tenths here. And it's a perfect weekend so far. Let's hope they can keep it clean here to the finish.
Mitchell's in another spot that time. James Dill.
James still is gaining a ton of time as Fitch finally decides
Pits.
to pit. Hotto decided to stay out again as we have a fight for the lead. James Stanford around the outside here is going to take the lead back. Started on the pole. Well, never mind. I was going to say he had max points as he was running, but Bush takes that fastest lap from him. And he's pulling away. Still quite a bit of laps left, though, for those tires to even out again. Oh, gosh. They are 3 wide
Hotto.
behind Hotto, who is just,
Hotto could help her teammate here.
yeah, just block him all the way back to the Haas driver.
It's very Haas-like. You know, Kevin Magnussen did the same thing multiple times before. Pull up to
I'm
try
not
and help
sure
the
who
teammate.
Kevin Magnussen is because he doesn't exist, but yes, Haas is known to do this.
Playing the team game.
Their NASCAR team was penalized for doing that. I believe the Charlotte Roval.
Stays out.
Hotto stays out, and Hotto is just
Roval 22.
blocking everything right now. Dill is in 12th.
Back by Blue.
You can hold off one more. Oh, what a aggressive blocking. Still. You can
Dill's right there.
hold up one more. You can let your teammate by. He's into the top 10.
I don't think he needs to hold him up. DRS is right there.
Oh, he's...
Here it goes.
Oh, but she's going to block a teammate. Interesting decision there. And let him go around the outside. And just going to let him have that spot. Smart call there.
Great.
To get at least 1
Great
point.
decision making by Hotto.
James still goes on.
I think this can be more. I think the medium's maybe the best tire right here for James. Everyone else.
Yeah, we can see he's definitely got the best tire in the top 10 right now. Get up to 9th.
But
Gonna have to chase down Hugh
Good
Kyleson, who's a little bit ahead. Hotto stays out again. Like, I guess at this point you might as well go
to the end.
At this point you might as well go as far as you can.
So sure, she could come out in a clean spot and take the fastest lap away. Not gonna give her a point or anything, but you could definitely take it.
We're now 12 seconds back in last. Besides, he's gonna pit. And Hotto, this last few laps, has been playing better defense than anything the Miami Dolphins can put up. Oh, that is a puncture.
Carlson.
Yeah, probably should have came in that last time by. So that tire, that right rear goes down. Well, it was close. 5 laps.
Oscar Mayer by Brett Miller. 6. That's more than just a 2-car battle. It's about 4-way battle here. Allison and Diller right there too.
Oh, as we get interrupted by this guy.
Puncture for the boy.
Yeah, that's normal. I'm not even gonna give him any screen time now. Otto does make it to the pits. At the very least, she will be ahead of the Saubers.
Yeah.
Maybe ahead of Fitch. No, I'm gonna be right behind him.
Right there behind Miller here. Oh, looks like he was going to make a move out of the corner at the beginning of the straightaway. Thought twice about it. Now I'm going to make a more better move, maybe down towards the end of the straightaway.
Ooh, he
Carlson
does
makes a
get
move
to the
on Miller.
inside. Let's see from behind. Kyleson just goes right on by.
It looks like the race win may be locked up for James Stanford, but the rest of the points positions are not.
Yeah, anything down from about 6th place to
Right in the pits.
even 10th is still up for grabs. Yeah, we don't train them, so
Dale's going to make the work around the outside.
on the outside of Miller. Now he's got to chase down Kyleson. If he can get him here, set his sights on Oscar Maya up there in 6th. What a run here to the end.
Closest to a home race he gets, James Dill. He's already dropped these two. Also get DRS. Was he within the second mark at the zone? No.
He's just outside of range, and Brent Miller's going to get to the inside. Not sure if that's enough to get by him all the way. Go see what Dill's doing. He's chasing down Oscar Mayer pretty quick here.
Have maybe
You see
DRS here.
those two back there still side by side. I think
Maybe
Kyleson's got the run. Kyleson gets that spot. Dill just too far back to make a dive here, but he's going to try it anyways. And he goes inside of the tire. A little bit of video game logic there.
Close.
He drives through the back of Oscar Maya and to that 6th spot. Now 4.3 seconds. I don't know if he can gain that much time.
What's the tire difference? That's what the question is here. That's not going to happen, I don't think.
Yeah, it's close. It might be close by the end. I don't think he gets up to 5th, but it's been a great run for Dill.
Yeah.
Gonna finally score some real points, not just limp around to finish 10th. So we see these two battles here. Kyleson Miller, Dog, and Callaway.
Yeah. Actually, maybe it will happen for Dill. Look at the gap already, down by 8 tenths. Almost a second gain.
I was going to say, you might get to the last lap.
He's gonna have to
Maybe.
make it work on that last lap, yeah. Once he gets into DRS range, it's gonna be close. So Kyleson gets back to the inside, shoves him up a little bit. This is a contact sport now that we've taken control.
Dale's catching. His mediums are still relatively fresh compared to Aaron's worn hards.
So we are at 2 laps to go here. I think this one's just about wrapped up as long as there's no issues. The main battles we have to watch out for. Dale, see if he can chase down 5th. Miller and Kyleson. And Callaway and Happy Dog. It's a bit of a gap, but still not far enough to call it. And the rest of the field, which nobody cares about. Sorry to all the John Wolfe fans, but your driver, while getting the fastest lap, didn't do
He's
anything.
washed.
Unfortunately, it's true.
He's a new Aaron Finch.
Aaron Fitch, who is
Finch is below
seven,
him, so-
7 seconds behind him, but did have that contact with JoJo Blue while running top 5.
Yeah. And 2 seconds to gap for 5th now.
We have made it to the final lap. Looks like we might have Aston Martin 1-2-1-2 this weekend.
Absolutely launch Aston Martin further in the lead of the constructors, I think.
Oh, for sure.
They were up 6 going into the weekend. But 2-1-2s.
Yeah, Jordan can have fast 2 laps schedule, so.
Brent Miller is right there. If he could just get one good run on him. This comes through this front straightaway here. He's going to get the DRS,
Well, for
see if he can
too.
make that dive.
It's gonna be close.
Not quite close enough.
The
I
dive in the
don't
ones.
think James Still is going to get there. 1.7 back. It was a good run for him to go from 16th to 6th in that final run for him.
Fastest lap.
Fastest lap. Hato
Hato.
does take it.
He had the fastest lap in the sprint race too, right on the last lap.
That is true.
So this, even though the Grand Prix result may not show it, still a
And
great
we do
weekend
have
improvement for both Haas drivers.
And with that, Aston Martin picks up the win.
winner. Wins at Mexico. Wins in the sprint. And now wins at Miami. One of
You can't say
the
they didn't earn it.
few
They put
home
in an
races for
amazing
them.
performance today.
I guess
Can
Coda
anyone stop him? Well,
would be the actual home track. Aaron Smith is going to bring it around in 3rd.
you're right. Coming off this corner, he's going to bring it back home. Put his McLaren 4th, which will be huge in the constructors.
Yeah, Chad Cairns, who was under the threat of losing his job, is going to finish top 5. Great run for him.
Actually,
He
pulled
really
away from
needed it.
Dylan last lap. I'll take some 6.
Oscar Mayer comes
It's a great
around
weekend for
7th. Kyleson 8th. Brent Miller 9th. Happy Dog 10th. And let's just ride with Collins as he makes his way around. Issues from the start. He's going to be the last one to finish this race.
Watch next race, he'd be threatening to lose his job.
I doubt that.
He has a
Uh.
win, so
Only
probably
because
not.
he won. He did win the first race, but hasn't been as good since.
You said top 10. This is like the really first bad race back to back with Mexico, so.
Yeah. Now, if it becomes a string of problems, then yeah.
Chad Cairns is celebrating his top 5 finish. Great result for them.
Deserves to celebrate, honestly.
He earned it.
Yeah.
The team is happy that they get to keep their guy.
How do you think the Sauber team will be feeling after that?
Awful. Terrible.
It's going to be huge. That'll be huge for Chad. 17th in the driver standings.
But it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
And with that, our weekend in Miami now draws to a close.
And what a weekend it was.
An exhilarating circuit. Formula
Yep.
1 will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Next we do have the Hungarian Grand Prix. But first, let's look at these results. Obviously, another 1-2 here. Aaron Smith finishes 3rd on the podium. Jamie Wright, really no contest there. Chad Cairns, James Still, Oscar Mayer, Hugh Kyleson, Brent Miller, and the Happy Dog round out the top 10. So we see the rest of the field here. Nejire. That is how you say it, right?
Nejire Hado.
Nejire Hado does take the fastest lap. I think I get why Kyleson's up here in 8th. He's had a pretty good run lately. Randall Schritt not keeping up with him. But let's look at the points now.
For all that, Nejire lost 1 spot.
Yeah, from the start, 18th to 19th does not show how the day actually went for them.
Yeah.
And we've got a huge lead up here now, gaining 33 points on the weekend, sweeping it, goes to the top. Aaron Smith falls down to 2nd now. Happy Dog falls to 3rd, and Gio also up there and to 4th. That's going to be huge for their position in the constructors too. Lee Collins here at 5th. The orange teams, McLaren and Tom Remy, 6th and 7th here with Jamie Wright and Oscar Mayer. Rowdy Bush in 8th. Hugh Kyleson keeps his 9th place spot, 4 points over the weekend. Brent Miller gains 1. Jojo Blue loses 1. Chad Cairns up 5 spots to 12th after that 5th place finish. And we see a couple of these guys down here losing those spots. James Dill, 13 points, now is going to be 16th. Takes over the lead on his team, too. Otto with those 6 points from the sprint race, though. Randall Tritt loses 3 spots. And Shadowfax did get those 4 points from the sprint. And that leaves only 2.
Here except Alpha Joy is forward.
And that means only one team. Both have set fastest laps this season.
Fastest lap.
They had punctures at the end and went to softs and stole it.
Ah.
And we check out the constructor standings now. Aston Martin far ahead now over Mercedes. These two teams have been the strongest lately. And RB
Yeah.
Racing Bulls have been decent, but still no race wins for them.
On the level of Mercedes and Aston.
Looks like we've got the Alpines in 4th, McLaren in 5th, 78 points, 12 points this week. Overtaking their rival, the orange teams. Fighting it out. 2-point gap between them, and then a pretty big gap down to Ferrari, who gained that one spot over Red Bull. And Haas has passed Williams as the second worst team on the grid. Is now that Williams. And we don't have
It's
to talk
definitely
about
weekend.
Sauber.
This is definitely a weekend. Teams like Haas and I think McLaren, where good runs, momentums in both the sprint and Grand Prix are going to be key for getting back on track for the season.
For sure. Well, it was an exciting race. We saw teammates battle it out
Lots of
the entire
overtaking.
race and dominate.
Yeah, once that teammates battle out and once the teammates work together, get some good points.
And well, we will see you next time. I believe it is the Hungarian Grand Prix. See ya.